Hi, LindaBauwin here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today, I'm going to make a Christmas card with the Painted Harvest stamp set. Love this stamp set for fall, but it can also be used for Christmas cards. So let's get started. I am going to bring in a piece of Very Vanilla. I will have the measurements on my blog, StampingWithLinda.com. I'm going to use the Snowflake Sentiments and stamp that down here at the bottom, and it says Christmas wishes across the miles. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in that flower set, and when I teach this at a class, because it's two-step and it's using two different colors of green, I write what color you need to use each stamp with painter's tape. And we are going to be using the Wild Wasabi, and this we're going to be using our boldest stamp with. You always want to use your lightest color with the boldest stamp, and so I'm just going to stamp that, making sure that I'm using that paper piercer so that I get. Now this is a watercolor look, and so if it's not fully inked all the way around, it is perfectly fine. I'm next going to take that garden green and I'm going to stamp over top. So just right there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, isn't that pretty? I'm going to bring in that real red again and the little dots, and I'm going to stamp them to make little berries on my card. There we've got some fun berries. Now I noticed I made a little smudge up there, so let me show you how I'm going to correct that. I was going to put this bow on anyways, but now I was going to put it at the bottom of my wreath, but since I've got a smudge there, I can just hide that. So I'm just going to take my ribbon. This is the red ribbon, and I think it's like 1/8 of an inch real red ribbon. It is in the holiday catalog, and I'm just doing a slip knot and pulling that through. I'm going to take my snips and trim that like so. I may need to trim that other side down just a hair. Let's look at it. Yeah, let's give it another little snip. And then I'm going to use my glue dots. My glue dot is bigger than what that knot is, but what I can do is I'll put it on the glue dot and then just take my fingers and kind of smash it so that it makes it smaller. And I'm just going to go right in over top of that smudge mark, and I'm just going to put my bow right there. So again, I think I want to trim that even maybe just another little notch. Easier to trim when it's off the card versus on the card. There we go. So there, I covered up my smudge very nicely. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Big Shot, and I'm going to be using an embossing folder, so I do not need the adapter plate. This is the Garden Trellis embossing folder. Definitely a different look than what we've had before. So I'm going to put that in between my two cutting mats and run that through. And I'm hoping that you know what, I did not have my sandwich all the way on the platform. Let's run that back through. You want to make sure that is an even fit, or you're not going to get embossing all the way across. So let's go ahead and open this up, and you can see all the pretty detail to that folder. So it's time to make our card. I'm going to take a piece of 5.5 by 8.5. I'm just going to score that. Going to then put some adhesive on my embossed piece. going to bring in a piece of wild wasabi. Again, I will have these measurements over on my blog, stampingwithlinda.com. And for the stamped image, I'm going to go ahead and bring in dimensionals and just pop that up. So I'm just going to lay that on there. And there you have it, a very quick Christmas card using that Painted Harvest stamp set. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. Talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.